Hi, this is Betty Magee again. We're continuing our series on foreclosures and buying foreclosures and being an investor. You need to know the market. That's our next step. And of course, that's our job, to let you know what the market is like. When you look at a house, you're going to have to determine, is this a good buy? Will I be able to flip it if that's what your intent is? What things would hinder me from flipping it? Can I get it fixed up and rent it at a reasonable rate? So you have lots of questions in your mind when you look at foreclosures or investment properties, period. The rental market, if you're going to get a loan for the property, you need to make sure, of course, your rental payment will match at least your mortgage payment. Because we're having to put more down, you'll probably be fine that way. Now remember, your mortgage includes taxes, insurance, and any homeowner's fees. So you got to work that in. Now, if you get a loan and your payment is covered by the rent, do you have any reserve? Because you know things happen to a house even after you fix it up. The air conditioner goes out or you get a call. Do you have some reserves there? You need to have reserves. Also remember, when you're leasing a house, you may have to plan for 2 months of vacancy. No income coming in, but you're paying the payment out. So these are some things to consider when you're getting a loan for a property. What our job is to give you demographics of the neighborhood, so you know that your investment can come up in value. You don't want to buy something that you think is a good buy and then dump $50,000 into it and be above what the market is really can support you. Now, this is a long-term investment. You're not going to go in and try to turn it over quickly in such a flat market as we have, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But you do want to make sure that you get a good buy. But the foreclosures we're finding, are not coming off terribly much in their prices. And then sometimes the better ones, everybody wants them. So you've got a lot of competition. If you're ready to sell in a few years, you're keeping this as an investment, can you make a profit? More than likely you can. Now, I don't think our market will stay down here forever. I think we can allow at least 2 years before we see any improvement. I said that last spring, that we would have a 2-year period here before we saw any improvement, and I think that's true. I think that's happening. Remember, also, let's see what else. Oh, the price range. What price range do you think you ought to be in, especially if you're a first-time investor? We usually recommend $150,000 to $160,000 value of the house below that. Any of those price ranges in between there, you can probably rent it. Probably it's going to be a little bit harder, over $1,200 a month to rent a property, unless it's just very special. You have to remember that right now, a lot of sellers can't sell their houses, and as a result, they're leasing them. When they lease them, they're very nice. They've never been leased before. They're not a foreclosure. So they're very nice homes, and they are leasing them. So you may be in competition with some homeowners. So you have to have the house in good condition. I think that you'll have a good value, and that's part of our job, is to help you understand what the market is doing. Our market is just flat right now, so it's not going anyplace, but it's very good to get into the marketplace, because don't always think just about foreclosures. There are other sellers that are motivated. So getting ready to know the market so you can get a good buy is part of our team effort, that we work with you to help you get there. Thank you for listening.